Okay, so we're here today to talk about a couple of topics. The first one is awkward moments. And, I had an awkward moment the other day. This happens to me all the time, and I'm wondering if it's just, it's probably everybody. You ever, you're leaving an establishment and someone is in front of you, and there's like two doors you have to leave in order to get out of the establishment. And you say to yourself, wow, I'm going to have to say thank you twice, and it's going to be kind of awkward. So the first door opens,
Right, so someone's holding the door for you, you're behind them. And
and I say, all right, thank you. And then like 2 seconds later, they open the door again. And then it's like, I kind of like, the second time I keep it like a little lower, and I'll say, thanks again, something like that.
I do the same thing. It's funny because when I go to work, I have to go through 3 doors.
Three doors?
Yeah, 3 doors. So I go to the first one, and it usually bothers me the most when it's a woman, because I always feel like, oh my God, the woman's holding the door. And the 2 doors I got to go to are really heavy doors. So they'll hold one door, and I say thank you, even if it's a guy, whatever, thank you.
Yeah.
And then the second
You
door.
got 2 more left.
Yeah, 2 more left. So then I'll change out. Thank you again, or thanks, man. If it's a man, I'll say thanks, man.
Yeah.
And then it's a little lower, and then I'll give a little giggle, like thanks, man. It's so weird.
Man, you're plagued by 3 doors.
Exactly.
How often does this happen?
Almost every day. So I try to
Every day you gotta do it?
If I see someone ahead of me,
I got problems with 2 doors, and you got 3.
I'll act like someone's calling me on my phone, so I'll delay myself and just let them walk ahead of me, so I don't have to meet up with them at the same time. Yeah. And then if it's a woman, like I said, sometimes I'll try to run past them, and I'll say, oh wait, I got it. I got the door for you. I got it. I don't know, just trying to be a gentleman. But,
what about like when you talk to somebody and it's a group of girls and you say, all right, guys, see you later,
That's another thing. I do it all the time, even on conference calls. Yeah, there's not a guy in the room, but when you see a couple of girls or whatever women that you know, or on a conference call, like I had one not too long ago. There was like 3 or 4 women on the phone. I'm like, hey guys,
hey guys,
how you doing? Yeah, like
I guess it's more I guess it's acceptable, but I mean, like unless you said, hey guy.
Exactly.
That would be like a little weird. They'd probably be saying, "Okay, what's going
on?"
You're
not literally calling them guys. You know what I mean?
Right. It's acceptable. Moments for that.
Yeah,
but
that happens to me a lot. But what about like elevator? That's another thing.
Elevators,
Elevators, they kill me because I don't know, for some reason when I was always a young kid, basically, if I was in an elevator with me and my friends, we could never keep a straight face. If it was like other people in there, we would laugh our asses off.
They probably thought you were laughing at them.
Yeah, and one time I'll tell you the truth, one guy got really mad at us. It was just a man in there.
Yeah.
He lived in my old building, and he threw me and my friends up against the wall, and he was like pissed off at us.
Wow.
Yeah, that was But
That's
at work.
Crazy.
Like sometimes you're in a crowded elevator and it's just silence. Everyone is just so silent. Like, what do you do? I usually look at the door.
You know what I do? I look at my phone and I pretend I try to find something to do with my phone.
Yeah,
and
I do that, or then I look at the floors going up or down whatever you're doing. I look at that.
Sometimes I'll do a small talk like, hi, how are you? And that's it.
Yeah.
And I'll say, well, it's gonna be cold today or something like that. And I didn't even look at the weather.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping that it's gonna actually be cold.
And then it's weird because then sometimes even people are talking. Like once in a while, you get 1 or 2 people talking in the elevator to each other, and it's just awkward. It just sounds like silly. Like, oh my God, just can't wait to get off the elevator. And then especially when it's so crowded and more people trying to get in the elevator, and you're like freaking breathing on each other's necks.
You know what this reminds me of? They did a study, a psychological study where these 3 people walked into an elevator with the lady already standing facing the door, and all 3 people that walked in purposely faced the wall. And you see the lady, every couple of seconds looking at them and saying like, this is kind of like to herself probably, this is weird. And the person actually ended up turning around and facing the wall with everybody else.
No.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine that.
So it's pretty funny, like with elevators and stuff. I have another awkward moment. I was sitting in a chair once, and this lady came to me that was standing up. She was in a skirt, and she was telling me about test results for a doctor.
You were at a doctor's office?
Yeah, I was at a doctor's office, and in my hand, low between my knees, was my phone. And as she's talking to me, all of a sudden, you hear my phone's camera go off. So the camera went off, and I said, I didn't even hit a button. And she looks down and sees that my phone is below probably the skirt line area.
No.
And I'm saying to myself, so she hears it. I'm like, oh my God. I says, I don't know how that just happened.
That's
you know,
funny.
because she probably thought I was a pervert.
She thought you were paying attention.
She probably thought I was. So I opened up the phone and not realizing. Imagine if it was taking a picture of her under the skirt, I would have seen it.
Right.
But thank God it ended up being that it was facing the floor. So it was so awkward because
funny.
out of nowhere, and I didn't touch anything. So she probably thought I was a pervert at first, and I had to clearly say to her, "No, I didn't do this. I don't know what I did."
So speaking of that's something like that actually happened to me. Not a picture, but I was at a doctor's and I was going because my back was in so much pain. So I did all these tests. My original nurse that took all my vital signs, she did what she had to do, and I moved on. So then I'm going to, get tests, x-rays, and the x-rays came back. I speak to the doctor, and my discs were all, messed up. Nothing there, nothing in between my discs to give me any comfort.
Yeah.
So, after everything, I'm getting dismissed to leave the hospital. Mm-hmm. I see the nurse that originally checked me in, and she goes, so, she was asking me, so how'd everything go? And I was like, oh, my dicks are messed up. all my dicks are messed up.
Your dicks are messed up? Instead of discs, that's great. Did she hear it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But then my wife was hysterical laughing.
Oh, she was in the room, yeah?
I changed it up real quick. I mean, my discs. So, but,
oh, man, that's great.
Another thing I was thinking is, do you ever use your phone as like a decoy? I used to do this a lot too. Like if you you're walking past someone and you know that you don't really feel like talking, so you
look at your phone.
Yeah, or I'll pick up my phone and actually act like I'm on the phone.
Yeah,
I do that. You ever go to the mall and those like the kiosk little stations that people trying to sell you stuff?
Yeah. You don't want to be bothered.
Yeah. I pick up my phone and I act like I'm on my phone and I just walk past them.
It reminds me of a story. I actually did that once. I do it a lot, but I did it once and my phone ended up ringing while it was to my ear.
Well, that's embarrassing.
So I make sure I lower the ringer first now also, so that in case anybody calls me, I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's funny how you rather like not be like having a confrontation between these people.
Right.
But they actually have apps that you hit a button and it makes your phone ring and it looks like you're important. People use it to make themselves feel important, but it's an actual app that you can use either way. To try to get you out of those situations.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then what about this? I always have an issue with this. I don't know about you, but bathroom. When you ever go to the bathroom awkwardness for me is especially in a guy. I guess guys' bathroom when you're in a men's bathroom and you're going to the urinals.
Yeah.
Especially when
it's like we're cavemen. We're peeing against the wall, and there's there's hardly any kind of.
But the big thing for me is like when you don't have those dividers in between and you're standing up and you're peeing against the whatever in the urinal and like. You don't know where to look. Like you keep your face.
Just stare
if someone's there, like even if it's your friend or someone you work with.
It's funny. I think we all know the maker of the urinals is Sloan. Right. Because you're always staring at the maker of the.
Yeah. But like I'm peeing and like how you try to strike up a little conversation if you know somebody. Only if you know somebody really. But yeah, like when you're done, like where do you look? Like do I turn this way? Do I turn? I don't want to turn the way the person next to you. So I kind of like do a reverse turn. It's just so freaking awkward.
What do you do if you got someone on each side? You walk backwards
yeah. But then one time, I swear, this was the most hysterical time I felt. I didn't know what to do.
So me, I can't. I'm a type of person I can't go number 2 in like a public establishment.
Oh, no,
I have to be home in order to do something like that.
Yeah. But listen, one time I was at the urinal and somebody was in the stalls going to the bathroom, and out of the blue, I hear this person like screaming like in pain almost like
from the urinal.
So I thought maybe it was someone just joking around.
Yeah.
I heard them like making a little noise. So I'm doing my business, whatever, and I look to the side. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then you hear it again. And I'm like, what the hell? And then it kept going, and I mean so loud. The person like screaming. I don't know if they were passing the stone. I actually said,
they have kidney stone?
Yeah, I said, you're right in there, and they didn't answer.
They didn't answer.
And listen, I'm trying to hold back my laughter as much as I can, and it's going on and on. And listen, I try to get out of there so fast.
Maybe they were messing with you or something. I don't know.
I think it was a serious situation.
Yeah.
But I had to. I felt bad. I said, I had to ask if they were okay. I didn't know if someone's having a heart attack or something. But it was freaking ridiculous. But,
oh wow.
Well, yeah.
But
man.
yes, it's I think everybody could relate to what we were just talking about. Another thing I wanted to cover on is real quick is superstition. And like sometimes like I'll have a thought run through my head that I don't like, and I'll the knock on wood thing. I'll knock, but even if there's no wood around, I got to knock on something else. I don't know. Do you ever feel like you have to do that?
Yeah. I think a lot of people have obviously superstitions. Some of them I don't really believe in.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think.
But
what's my biggest?
I mean, it's even crazy because almost all the buildings built before 1960 in New York City actually don't have a 13th floor.
Yeah,
and you get in the
that's
elevator,
so
you see
true.
12
That's
and you
so
see
true.
14.
So is there a 13th floor that just is blank, or the 12th floor goes to the 14th, and that's really the 13th?
Yeah.
So in
It's
a way,
just having the number.
Avoid it? Yeah,
How do you avoid it? Yeah, and it's crazy because you're talking about $1 million buildings, and the architecture purpose is to make a 13th floor. It's crazy.
That's pretty nuts.
But a lot. One superstition is sneezing. And everybody always says, God bless you.
Yeah.
And what that really stems from is when we had the bubonic plague years ago, the first sign of the plague was a sneeze. But it's funny how it kind of stuck along all these years, and we still say, God bless you. And people don't even know the reason why we say it, but then you almost feel like you have to say it. And that's another awkward moment, like when someone sneezes.
God bless you,
if they sneeze more than once in a row.
I do.
Do you say, God bless you, God bless you?
Sometimes I'll wait till like they finish 3 or 4, and then bless you again.
You wait, you say, okay, let them almost try to finish,
They always used to say, what, your heart was stopping, that's why the bless you was.
Yes, that was one of the, like,
that's a myth,
that was a myth, I mean, it may be true, but the whole basic reality of why we say that was from the bubonic plague.
That's funny,
But, yeah, so I mean...
these are some funny topics.
So we got a lot more to come, and this is just our first, video that we're doing. And we hope you enjoy it, and
and leave some
stay
comments.
tuned.
Let us know what you think.
Yes, criticism is good. Anything else, that's great. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.